All right. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? All right. Just making sure that everybody can hear me, everyone can see me. Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's my lovely people doing? Happy to see everyone here today. Hi, Cosmo Bear. Hi, Macker. Hi, Julie. Love Buzz. Boops. Hello. Hi, Tiger. Hi, Lucky. Just scrolling up, scrolling up. Who else is here? McRuley. Hello. Sebastian, hi. Welcome to today's live stream. Hi, Tammy. How's everybody doing? I'm so happy to have you guys here today. Hi, Linda. So happy to see you all. Hi, Dragon. Dragon Onion. Dragon Onion, hello. I love that name. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kai. Welcome everybody to today's live stream. Hi, Shelly. I'm so excited to be here today doing this with you all. We are going to be going through some more of Chris Watts's phone data and continuing to put our calendar together. It's coming along beautifully. I love it because we're starting to see it become more full, which is the goal. It was always my goal to see so many colors because we know that a lot of things happened during those 3 very short months of this tragedy. And so it's cool to be able to see everything unravel and being able to put everything together. It's amazing. So we're going to be doing that. But before we do that, I just wanted to say hello and how's everybody doing? Just a few things before we get started here. Please go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are getting close to 10,000 subscribers. At 10,000 subscribers, we are going to do a giveaway. We're going to be doing another sticker giveaway and a t-shirt and hopefully a hat giveaway as well. We are working on putting some more merch together. I'm very excited about that. And so, yeah, go ahead and subscribe. And again, thank you all so much for the beautiful fur baby photos. I love it. Like I said, I get so giddy just sitting there with my cats. They're all making biscuits on me, and I'm just scrolling through my phone looking, and I'm like, oh my God, they're so cute. Oh, look at this little puppy. Look at this little birdie. And I'm just going insane just looking at animals as I have animals on me. And so that is how I spend a lot of my Friday afternoons, actually, when I'm done with my live streams. I go ahead and I check the community board. And so thank you. Thank you all for doing that. And we are in spring. We are going into spring. And so my allergies are acting up more than ever. I do have my medication here, you all. I do have my meds. But yeah, my allergies are acting up. And so hopefully I'm not doing any crazy sneezing here. I'll make sure to silence my mic. I'm not going to be like, you know, sneezing into the microphone constantly. You're all like, what is this? Is this supposed to be ASMR? You just hear a sneezing woman constantly. No, it's not going to be like that, I promise. But I hope that it doesn't get too crazy. I know a lot of you have told me to go to the doctor. Oh, just go to the doctor or go get checked. Go see if there's anything going on with you. What are you allergic to? But you guys, going to the doctor these days is a mission in and of itself. I mean, as you know, I'm a veteran. I go to the VA for my doctor because, well, it's easy. You just go to the VA, you make an appointment, and you show up. Um, oh, thank you. Thank you for that, Dragon Onion. My nickname is Dragon and I love onions. And Shrek. Thanks for going down this rabbit hole. I feel more sane about this case with all of you. Aw. Aw, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. I will add to that I do also feel more sane about this case doing it with all of you because I agree. I was going down the rabbit hole by myself and I felt like I was going crazy. I was like, wait, are my theories insane? Am I the only one that sees this? Am I the only one thinking these things? And so ever since we've been doing this together, I feel less insane. I know I've said in the past Maybe we are all crazy, but at least we'll all end up in the asylum together. Hey, Becky, what's up? Hi. Hey, girl. Did you get your pill today? Oh, you did? Oh, they changed your meds? Oh, it's like the different color pills? Oh, yeah, I take that one too. It makes me really sleepy, but like, who cares? I just start hallucinating. It's fine. I love the colors. Oh my god, I love it. But anyway, I need to make it to my appointment. Yeah, I have a lobotomy at 2 p.m. I'll see you then. Okay, bye. Yeah. That's all of us at the insane asylum. We're all just going to be waiting for our lobotomy appointments and then talking about it later like, "Hey, Becky." I don't remember what I was going to say. All of us lobotomized like insane people in the asylum. I hope it doesn't come down to that though. But I just wanted to show you all before we get started. So, I do read some of the comments. Some of you miss these live streams. So, I just wanted to show you all. When you go to my page, you go to my channel, at the very top, you'll see that one of the live streams is scheduled. So I usually schedule my live streams at least a whole day in advance. And so you'll see it here on the channel. And so you can click notify me. When you click notify me, hopefully it notifies you that we'll have a live stream and it notifies you of the time. And so it also shows you here the date. And yeah, so for all of you who didn't know how to do this, or if you it, I don't know, YouTube is being really weird lately too though. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how to do that so that you don't miss any of these live streams. And then also, like I said, moving forward, I will be doing live streams different times of the day to have all of our friends, all of our community join in on the collaboration of this calendar that we are putting together. But yeah, we are going to be looking at all of the phone calls and we're going to be continuing with Nicole Kessinger and putting our calendar together. But let's go ahead and go ahead. Oh my gosh, let's go ahead and go ahead. Let's go ahead and get started. Last time we left off at July 30th. So we left off where Chris, and actually, let me go ahead and pull up the calendar here. But we left off where Chris was looking at the My Prepaid Center, right? That's what he was doing. He had taken Nicole Kessinger out, and that is what he was trying to do. He's trying to make sure that he has enough money to be able to take Nicole Kessinger out on these little dates that they're going on. And so what do we before that though, we do know that Shanann and Chris were talking about maybe some differences, especially Shanann. She started to notice that Chris was being weird, he was being distant through text message, he wasn't talking as much, he's always sleepy, yada yada yada, right? A bunch of excuses. What do we think was going on with Shanann at the time? Because we do know Shanann felt alone during this time. She was with her family, but I do still wonder if Shanann had voiced this. I know that she voiced it to her friends and to her family, but I wonder if anybody else around her was maybe thinking that something else was going on with Chris, that maybe he was cheating or something. We know that later on that was happening. We see it in the text messages that Shanann was talking to her friends. Her friends are starting to give her, maybe giving her the idea that maybe Chris is cheating. And she's like, I don't know. I don't see it in him. Do we think, like, how early do we think this started to happen, at least with the family? Because again, the reason we're still talking about this case is because Chris, by all accounts, was a loving and caring husband. And so, did anyone really believe that Chris Watts was capable of cheating on his wife that early on? We're talking about July here, right? We're talking about July 30th. Did anybody in the family start suspecting anything? Maybe Chris is cheating or something weird. because it doesn't really seem like that was the case, even though by everything else that we're seeing and all the evidence seems to show that he was already planning on murdering his family, but no one else had any idea, not even close. They didn't even believe that he was cheating, much less, right? Obviously, not that he was going to annihilate his family. So, what do we think about that? In the first interview she was with, when she has Nick with her, I don't know. They just ask her how close they were, and she just didn't seem too enthusiastic. But maybe she was in shock. Ronnie seemed to know. Hmm. Ronnie seemed to know. I know her dad said he was acting weird and Chris was driving crazy. Oh. Her dad said that he was acting weird and Chris was driving crazy. He was driving crazy. Where was he driving crazy? In his letters, he said he started thinking about killing them around Cece's birthday, which would be around July 15th or sorry, 16th or 17th. Yes. Yeah. And even if we look at our calendar here, which, oh my gosh, where did it go? Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. Um, we start seeing that a lot of this activity started around Cece's birthday. I mean, we see that that's when Nutgay started. That's when Shanann started to reach out to Chris, asking him, "Hey, what are you going to do about your family? Right? Your mom is giving our kids, all of these things that they're allergic to." And Chris is like, "Yeah, I'll take care of it." Of course, he's not going to take care of it. He's too busy with Nicole Kessinger. But let's go ahead and pull up the calendar. All right, let's see. Him not answering calls from her was out of character for him. He was very attentive before. Exactly. Exactly. Everything that Chris was doing was very out of character. He was very attentive. He was always on it when responding to text messages, except for this time. And so that's really what started to make Shanann suspicious, is that he was all of a sudden just falling asleep and not answering phone calls. All right. Um okay, Chris really didn't have game, but NK orchestrated the entire thing. I wonder if he started to think about taking them out around the time they all started hatching the blow up Survey plan. If there was one, I don't think he's smart enough to think of it on his own. That's a very good point, Emily. Yeah, absolutely. If there was a plan to blow anything up, it was not his plan. Absolutely not. There is no way Chris was planning on blowing anything up. If anything, that idea came from definitely somebody else. All right. Here we go. Okay, so looking at the calendar here, we have everything going on in July. So around the 9th. So the 9th is when we have Nutgate. That is also when we get the "You're so considerate" text, right? And then the following day, we have Shanann starting to suspect things. This was the very first time that she texted him and was like, "Hey, what's going on?" Right? Like, why aren't you texting me back? You're falling asleep really early. What's happening? And then 2 weeks later, we see the other text message of Shanann mentioning again, what's going on? Is there another woman at this point? Because, yes, at this point, Chris is very detached. And so I'm wondering if the family started to think that something's up with Chris around July. Her friends didn't realize, but his friends at work knew. Huh. Oh, that's a very good point, Macker. Yeah, her friends didn't realize because one of her friends, I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Cassie or Stephanie or someone else. I can't remember. But one of her friends did mention that she never believed Chris would ever harm his family because He would do anything for Shanann. She even said, "Oh, he would do anything for you." Oh, welcome, Shell. Welcome. Welcome to Silver. Thank you. And yes, so she said, "Yeah, would die for you. Chris would do anything for you." Again, this is because everyone saw Chris as a very passive man. It's not that he actually loved his family. He did the things that people believed a good husband would do, and that's what made them believe that he was a good man. "Oh my god, look, he's so attentive. Oh, he's feeding his children." Yeah, that's because Shanann would make him feed his children. These are all the things that he was guided to do. None of these were things that he did out of initiative. He didn't take the initiative to say, "Oh, I'm going to do this for my children. I'm going to do this for my wife because I love her." No. Everything that Chris was doing was because it was expected of him as a dad and as a husband. It's what society expects of any good man. And so he did that. He played the role of a dad, but definitely not something that he actually felt in his bones. And so, because of that, he continued with this illusion that he was a good father, that he's a good husband. So, even Shanann's family, even her own friends, couldn't see that Chris was a monster, that everything that he was doing, all of it was just a costume, a mask that he was wearing. So even going into July, we already know he's planning to murder his family, and everyone else is oblivious to the fact that he's already thinking about murdering them. That is because that is how good he was at pretending to be a loving and caring husband and father. It was an act. All of it was an act. It's so scary, isn't it? Ugh. It's so scary to know that someone like that can annihilate your family. Oh my god, I didn't know that. I'll have to watch that one again. Oh my gosh, what are we talking about? He did that on the boat when they were in San Diego. Yes, a lot of those videos of them in San Diego are very eerie. We will definitely be watching that. I know our members have voted for our next video that we will be watching, which we will continue, or actually, we will be watching Shining Light, but we will also be watching Veriscope. Our members have voted to watch, what is it? Unapologetically Me, but we will be watching everything because I think that everything is important to be adding to our calendar. But yeah, watching those videos is very eerie and it gives us a lot of information about how Chris was acting and the way that he was treating Shanann, even the way that he looked at her. He was already looking at her with disgust. He was already thinking about Nicole Kessinger and the little kiss that they had back at the park. Oh, you remember that kiss, Chris? Oh my God. I loved the way your lips felt. I know the dogs were barking and the other dog took a shit right next to your foot. Oh, apart from the smell of the dog shit, it was amazing. It was so romantic, Chris. Right? This is all the stuff that Chris is remembering. The beautiful moment at the park with the dog taking a crap right next to them. Beautiful. Oh my God. And the frisbee, all the children, right? The children, the teenagers, everyone at the park throwing frisbees around and they're getting hit in the head with it. Oh, Chris, come here, my love. Oh God, what was that? Hello? Do you not see we're having a moment here? I'm here with my boyfriend who is actually married, but I'm trying to seduce him. Please be more careful next time. Come here, Chris. What is that? Oh God, is there a dog? Oh, there's a dog right next to you, Chris. Be careful, don't step on that. These are the things that Chris is thinking about when he's in San Diego. All those lovely moments he had with Nicole Kessinger at the park. Oh my God. So beautiful. Sitting under the tree. Birds are flying by. Birds are taking a shit on their heads. And they're like, oh, is that rain? Is it snowing? No, it can't be snowing. It's June. Sorry, no, that was bird crap. But they think it's so romantic. But anyway, Let's continue. All right, let's go ahead and continue with July 30th. So Chris called Shanann and they held a 6-minute conversation. All right. Shanann sent Chris an insurance ID card. I'm having a hard time right now. Shanann sent Chris an insurance identification card issued by USAA. And wow, they even include the full policy number. That's interesting. For their 2016 Lexus, the effective dates are August 15 through February of 2019. Wow. When did Chris get interviewed again by the police? Wasn't it February? Right? It was around February 15th or something that he was interviewed by police in prison. So he's in prison while his USAA policy is expiring. Shanann sent Watts 3 images of swelling to the right ankle of one of their daughters. Her face was not captured. Chris commented, "It looks like her ankle is dislocated in that one picture." Shanann agreed and said she may need special shoes. Oh my gosh, do we know about this? I didn't know about this. I did not know that Shanann sent Chris photos of one of the kids' ankles. What happened there? Does anybody know about this? I'm just going to take a little water break. I realize I talk a lot during my live streams and I don't even get water. I don't know how I do it sometimes. My throat is parched, and at the end of these live streams, I'm like, I'll be calling my cats over. I'm like, Gia, come here. And she'll look at me like, right? Because I sound like a witch. And it's because I don't have water. I've never heard about this. Neither have I, Shelly. I have not heard about a dislocated ankle picture. This is the first time I've seen this. What happened there? Oh, I agree, Sandra. That's definitely an ADHD thing. I have to remind myself to drink water. I'm like, what's wrong with my mouth? Why is it so sticky and dry? Oh, that's right. I haven't had water in 3 weeks. How do I even survive? All right, let's continue. Oh, sorry. Before we continue, Cosmo Bear said that Bella hurt her ankle. Bella hurt her ankle. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so Bella hurt her ankle probably playing when she was in North Carolina. Okay. Thanks for that information, Cosmo Bear. Let's continue. So Shanann called Chris and they held a 19-minute conversation. And then at around 4:44, Nicole calls Chris Watts and leaves him a voicemail intermixed with her creepy giggles. This is what it says on this document, okay? This is a professional document. All right, this is the phone data review, and it was written by one of the investigators. And it says intermixed with her creepy giggles, she asked Watts to call her back. Audio 249 AMR. They forgot the S. ASMR. Hello, Chrissy. Call me back. Bye. I don't know what kind of ASMR that is. Unless you want to go completely batshit crazy and insane, I would not suggest anybody listen to that for ASMR. Hello. Hi, I love you. Unless, again, you want to go insane. Oh, thanks, Marnie, baby. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, we can listen to that giggle. Can we listen to that giggle? Do you guys want to listen to the actual giggle? I'll give you Nicole Kessinger's real giggle if you want to hear that. Here, let's go ahead and pull up all of the documents. I should probably already have this open up. I don't know what I was doing today, guys. I'm sorry. I feel a little less organized today. I'm just gonna blame it on my allergies. I've been sneezing up all day, and that's really all I worried about this morning, to be completely honest. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't just dripping mucus all over my, my microphone when I'm here like, "Hi guys. Today we're going to talk about Chris." So I don't want to do that. Okay? So that's why I just feel a little bit just, not organized today. But no, not the real one. Okay, okay. So not the real one, just the fake giggles. Okay, perfect. All right, just making sure, making sure. I want to make sure that I get all of your requests in. Please put in your requests, right? I'm a DJ. What do you want to listen to next? Put in your request. Dum, dum, sh, dum, dum, sh. Oh, you guys want to listen to NK. You guys want to listen to the NK Creepy Giggle Remix. Dum, dum, sh, dum, dum. Hi, Chris. Call me back, bye. Dum, dum, sh, dum, dum. Call me back, bye. Dum, dum, sh, dum. Back, bye. Dum, dum, sh, dum. Bye. Dum, dum, sh. Call me back, bye. Dum, dum, sh. All right, there it is. There it is. Yes. Listen to Cassie's text to dubstep. Spin it. DJ, please pick up your phone. I'm on the request line. I hope that doesn't get copyrighted. Well, let's go ahead and continue, shall we? All right, we did the intermix creepy giggle. Right, so we have that going on. All right. Let's go ahead and do 5:14 p.m. Watts called Vivant and they held a 10-minute conversation. Here we go. Another 10-minute conversation. Missy Elliott is awesome. She is. I love Missy Elliott. You've got to sample that. So here we see that Chris Watts held yet another 10-minute conversation with Vivant. For what reason? Who knows? But look at this. At 4:44, Nicole Kessinger called him and left him a voicemail message. Again, this is July 30th. Let's go ahead and pull up her calls, right? I love doing this. Let's go ahead and pull it up on July 30th at around 4:44. So here it is at around 4:44. There it is. Okay, you guys can't see it. It's being covered, but here it is. All right. You see that? 4:43 p.m. She left a voicemail deposit for 1 minute. And then an incoming call, he calls her at 4:48. An incoming call for 1 minute. All right. So let's see what Chris was doing in between that. So he called her back at 4:48. And look at this, right? So it's right here. So she left him that creepy voicemail. He called her back. And then at 17:14, which is at 5 p.m., he calls Vivant. So they did speak, it looks like, an incoming call for 8 minutes. 8 minutes. But this call, for some reason, is not in here, right? We only see that Kessinger called Watts, but we don't see the call that he called her. We don't see that part. So what's going on here, right? This was missed. I don't know. Maybe the investigator missed it. Maybe it wasn't important to add. I don't know. But Chris calling Nicole Kessinger back is not in this document, but it is in Nicole Kessinger's call logs. It's right here. And then at 5 p.m., so after having an 8-minute conversation with Nicole, that is when he calls Vivant. And they were on the phone for 10 minutes. Isn't this weird? The security system wasn't working, but I think he was tampering with it. I agree, liberal cat lady. Ew. How much do you want to bet that Nicole used that creepy little girl voice when they had, I don't want to think about that. It's very possible, though. It is. Oh, hello, Chris. You want to play Twister? Oh, put your left feetsies on the greenies. Ugh. No, I don't want to think about that. Let's go ahead and continue. So let's go ahead and add the Vivant to the 10-minute or the Vivant 10-minute conversation to the calendar because this is very important. This happened on July 30th and it happened after a phone call with Nicole Kessinger. So on July 30th, right here. Oh, look at that. It's also the same day that Chris Watts was getting ready to fly out to North Carolina. So he called Vivant before he left to North Carolina. And at the same time, he was also writing Nicole those cringy love cards. Oh, a kiss, a love, a touch, a hug, a squeeze, a tug, or whatever nonsense was in that card. He's also writing that in there. So let's go ahead and add Chris Watts calls Vivant. Because yet again, we have another case of Chris Watts calling Vivant. He's calling Vivant quite a lot. Look at that. How many Vivant calls? Look, 1, 2, and there's 3. There's another one here. 3. Chris Watts is corny nerd. A tug. NK was probably flipping when he left. Oh, absolutely. She's like, oh my God, you have to go out there? Why? Why do you need to go out there, Chris? You don't need to go out there for what reason? Stay with me, Chris. Please. Stay with me, Chris. And Chris is like, I love that voice. Oh my God, it's so cute. Anyway, let's continue. So we added the Vivant 10-minute conversation, and then Shanann asked Chris what they said. Although his call with Vivant ended nearly 30 minutes later, Watts responded he was still on the phone, resetting the settings and sensitivity. You should be good now. I will monitor it. What? So at 5 p.m., he said that he was still on the phone with Vivant, even though he had just finished talking to them. Let's go ahead and see the phone logs with Nicole Kessinger. Look at this. So this is why he said he was still on the phone with Vivant. It's probably because he was still on the phone with Nicole Kessinger. It's 5:24. Shanann texted him at 5:49, right? Between 5:39 and 5:49. Boops. That card freaks me out because he underlines take your breath away on the card, which is what he did. He took their breaths away. Did he really underline it? Did I miss that? Oh my goodness. All right, which one of his cringy cards was it? Let's see. All right, there's this cringy card. There it is. A nod, a grin, a cuddle, a hug. This is the cringiness, right? Like these things are actually part of the card. Everything in chicken scratch is Chris's actual writing. So all of this is just part of the card. It's weird though. A tug. What kind of card is this? Let's look at the front of the card. The front of the card looks very weird. A kiss, a touch, a smile, a squeeze. A look, a laugh, a tickle, a tease. And then the inside of it has more things. All right, the tug. Let's look at the other card that he gave her. This one. You are so right. Wait a minute. Is this underlined by Chris or was it underlined by the card? Thanks for bringing this up. Yeah, what do we think about this? I think it's is it part of the card? Thanks for bringing this up, Boops. But it looks to me like it might be part of the card. Wonderful you are. Dreams, smiles, laughter fills your heart with love. Take Your Breath Away, Wonderful as You Are. He quotes song lyrics like every narcissist. Take your breath away. Yeah, that's all he's doing. Probably by Chris. My mom always does this in cards. Oh, okay. He can't even think of his own words to say. He used song lyrics. Yeah. So then, if he did underline these, that is really weird. Take your breath away. And that's exactly what he did to his family. That's what Nicole Kessinger did to him, supposedly. Oh, you took my breath away. But then he went out and he literally took the breaths away from his own family. So yeah, so now he's talking about this, right? He's like, yeah, I'll monitor it for you, even though all of it was BS. He's like, yeah, I'm still on the phone with Vivant, even though it was BS. He was on the phone with Nicole Kessinger, and that's why he's telling her all these lies. And then at 6:31, Chris searched Google for songs by a reggae band named Through the Roots. So he searched a reggae band named Through the Roots. Chris then searched the lyrics to their song Down to Earth. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He is so corny. He is the corniest man. He puts no effort into his family, but he puts all the effort in the world to write these corny letters and these love notes to his mistress. Oh, let me Google this band I've never heard of, but my girlfriend said it. She mentioned it and I want to be cool. So let me Google it. This guy is so dumb. He's even Googling, how does it feel like to be loved by someone? How should I feel? How do I know I love someone? What? Okay. And then searching the song revealed lyrics that included, when I'm around you, I can feel peace. If I'm ever cold, I can count on you to heat me up with your presence. And at the lowest level, you can make me feel like I'm sky high. Other lyrics are quoted by Chris in a card he wrote to Kessinger on this date. Yeah, and there it is. I mean, we went through the cards. NK would like reggae. Exactly. She's the one who would like reggae. I don't think Chris even knows what that is. He's like, "Huh? I don't know what that is. Where's that from?" Nicole had to teach him a lot of things. He learned a lot from Nicole. Of course, he thought that this was something so wonderful. Oh my god, what a breath of fresh air this woman is. She teaches me so many things. I know how to start a fire now. Yeah. I only burned half of my body. That's good, I think. It's good at least for beginners. He's happy that he only got 2-degree burns, right? 2nd-degree burns. Just a few painful blisters, nothing serious. It's not like he needed a full like skin graft or anything. But he's so happy that he has learned so many things from Nicole Kessinger. Let's continue. Chris Watts searched Google for love letters. Oh my goodness. What is he searching? He just goes on Google and puts love letters. And Chris then sends a message to Shanann, letting Dieter out and going to bed too. Or going to bed, boo. Love you. Okay. So he let her know that he's letting Dieter out and then he loves her, boo. Again, he puts in the word boo. It seems so fake and so forced. Love you, he says. He doesn't even say I love you. He's just like, love you. Shanann called him minutes later and they spoke briefly. I bet, because she's like, why are you sending me this? Letting Dieter out, going to bed, boo, love you. It seems weird. And of course, Shanann felt it. July 31st. July 31st. Watts flew to North Carolina. Boarding pass photo. Huh. And a photo of the parking receipt. Huh. Yeah. Interesting. He's taking photos of his boarding pass and the parking receipt because he's showing them to Nicole Kessinger, it seems like. Or what other reason do we think he's taking photos of these things other than to show to Nicole Kessinger, hey, look, this is my boarding pass. This is the time I'm going to land. This is my flight number. And again, we know that Nicole Kessinger lied. She pretends not to know. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea when he left to North Carolina. Kevin Kovac asked her, okay, well, what happened? She's like, I don't know. He left to North Carolina. I can't remember when. It was maybe a little longer than 2 weeks, but less than 3. Maybe between 5 and 10 days, but no more than 12. What? And here we have evidence that Chris Watts was sending boarding pass photos to her, and yet she's claiming she has no idea. I have no idea. Oh, what do you mean? You're asking me what airport he flew into? I don't know. When Kevin is asking her, where do you think he went? Oh, what airport? No, Nicole. What state? Oh, North Carolina, she says. Very hesitant. She seems very resentful when she talks about it. Ugh. North Carolina, because they're from there. Like, they're all from there. Ugh. So we know that that was all a lie. Shanann had to send him directions how to Uber. Oh my goodness. So at 3:22, Chris took a photograph of parking signs at the Denver International Airport and sent messages, presumably to Shanann at airport, he says. And then Chris began transferring a mass of assorted images again and their trip to the Great Sand Dunes into his secret calculator app. So here we see that Chris, he was fine keeping these photos in his phone as long as Shanann was not around. But now that he's getting ready to meet his family in North Carolina, he needs to make sure to hide everything. Shanann might go through his phone, so he's like, oh my God, I'm getting ready to hide all of this nonsense into my secret calculator app. Here, let me do it real quick. So look at how many images he transferred. It seems like he transferred 41. All of them. Look at these. All these ridiculous photos between them. Oh, thank you, Anit Poison. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It is so nice to be here instead of the other channels where they all victim blame her. Oh no, makes me sick. Love your channel. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't like those channels either. No me gusta, no me gusta. Right, that's Chris. That's all he learned how to say. Como se dice empanada? Como se dice, you're so sexy. Como se dice, no me gusta. Right, those are all the things that he learned. Oh, I'm so cultured now. My girlfriend taught me so many things. I know what an empanada is, and she's sexy. Ugh. But let's continue. In addition, Chris transferred 2 videos from that trip into his secret calculator app. Both videos were shot by Chris as Kessinger surfed. This guy he's being a little too generous with this word here. As Kessinger surfed down the sand dune. Did she surf down the sand dune, or was she more like just going with gravity, I guess? Watts made comments like, you're so damn sexy. Right? We've seen those videos. They're ridiculous. They're the most just, I don't know. It kind of kills the vibe. If you were having fun, say you actually went to the sand dunes and you're there having fun, you look over at this couple and they're like, it will kind of just kill it for you. You're like, oh, this is not fun anymore. I don't want to look like them. Do I look like that mom? I don't want to look like her. She looks like she's having an awful time. Oh, thanks, Marnie baby. Thank you so much. Yeah, it would just ruin the whole trip. That is not any type of marketing that I would pay for. Come to the sand dunes. You're going to have such a blast. Look at this couple. They are surfing down the dunes. This is fun. Look at me go, Chris. This is so fun. Right? You're not gonna sell anybody on the sand dunes being fun. It's gonna close down, I'm pretty sure. There's no way anybody's gonna be like, "I don't I'm gonna go camping there. That looks fun." There's no way. No. So those videos that were taken were not good marketing for the sand dunes, but they were taken nonetheless, and Chris Watts is here telling her, "You're so damn sexy." Even though there is no sexiness to be seen. But let's go ahead and watch those videos just because we're doing, the side by side. So let's go ahead and watch the video.
Yes.
Look at her. She's so happy. She goes down, right? Her back is all hunched over. She probably is getting some type of like spinal injury. One of her bones back there, I don't know, right? Something in her spine is probably like popping out. She probably has sciatica pain, but she's going down. She's like, "Yeah, I'm doing this. Look at this. Bad posture and all." And then she gets down and she stops barely, right? And she looks up and she's like, "Ah, did you see me, Chris? Did you see me go? I was so fast." Look, she doesn't look sexy, does she? She doesn't look sexy, does she? Let's go ahead and watch the other video, the other one that he hid from Shanann.
Carve it up.
Wow. That was amazing. Wow. She definitely deserves a gold medal for that one. She even fell. Did you see that? She was going so fast that she even fell. She had to brake with her butt. She's like, "Oh no. No, no, no. I can't go over this hill. Oh no." Imagine she goes over this hill and does a flip. Mm-mm. She's not ready for the X Games, guys. But anyway, those were the two videos, along with all the other photos that Chris probably transferred, like these. He transferred his own photos to his own application, which is so narcissistic. He's like, "Yeah, let me transfer this photo of myself looking down on this woman. She looks up at me like a god," which is why he's probably so in lust with her, right? So he hid even his own photos of him looking like an outdoorsman. "I need to remember myself when I started a fire for the first time. It's a huge accomplishment. Let me hide it. Let me go ahead and put this away. Let me remember it." I look so cool. Can you guys hear me? No sound, people are saying, but other people can hear me. As a person who hung out with the most famous sports personalities, skateboarding, surfers. Wait, do we know how much this trip it muted on video? I can hear. I know. I can hear you. We cannot hear you. Yes, I hear you, but some here can't. All right. I don't know what's going on. Do you guys want to click out and come back in? You guys can click out and come back in. You might have to refresh. So the thing that's going on with these live streams, and we do get them as creators, at the very corner it tells us that some live streams just have issues. And I forgot to let you guys know at the beginning of my last live stream that sometimes might happen. And so if that happens, just go ahead and click out and come back in. It's something that is going on across YouTube for live streams. It was just a glitch. Okay. How can some people still hear and some don't? Odd. Yeah, it's definitely it's a YouTube issue happening. We get those notifications as content creators, and last time I saw, at least when was it yesterday, it told me that it was fixed. The video was weird. Yeah, little glitches are out of your control. Yeah, sorry guys. Because everything on my end, when it's freaking out on my end, I'll let you guys know, right? And you see me freaking out, I'm like, oh my god, nothing's working. Hold on, guys, please don't leave, right? And I'm here like panicking, but everything looks fine on my end, so it's definitely it's a glitch on YouTube's end, because the live streams are just weird on YouTube, right? Twitch is designed for live streaming. YouTube, I don't think it is, right? I mean, we know that it isn't. The glitch is in the matrix. Oh no. Your voice is not matching your lips. We need a Roxy Discord. Yes, I think we do. We do. We should definitely start one. Clicking out and back in worked. I have the same issues. Yeah, sorry guys. I apologize. It really is out of my control. I have everything going on. It's working on my end. So, yeah, just try clicking out and going back in. All right. So we watched those two videos, right? Very cringy, very not sexy, not at all. Not good marketing for the sand dunes. It makes me not want to go. I will say I'm like I love national parks, but it makes me not want to go to this one. It looks kind of boring. They made it boring for me. Anyway, let's continue. So at 4:46 of the same day, we are on July 31st, right? Let's remember we are on July 31st. Watts told Shanann on the plane, "Love you, boo." Shanann called him immediately and held a 2-minute conversation, right? Again, we see Chris texting Shanann. Where did my phone go? It's right here. We see Chris texting Shanann, right? He's like, "Hi, I'm on the plane." Instead of calling her, instead of showing effort, right? He's going out to meet his family and he's not more attentive. He's not calling her to let her know, "Hey, I'm on the way. I love you. I hope to see you soon, blah blah blah, safe flight, whatever." He's just texting. He's like, "Love you, boo," which again seems very forced. I hate he called them both boo. Exactly. That's the thing too. He didn't even come up with a nickname for them separately. I mean, he called Nicole Kessinger a sexy empanada. I don't know. Is that a nickname? SE? Sexy empanada? Hi, SE. Right? Oh, that's weird. Nicole Kessinger's so damn sexy surfing on the sand. And so, yeah, she notices that there's something off, right? The boo seems forced. All of it is weird. At 4:50, immediately afterwards, Shanann told Chris, "You never ever listen to me." She asked, "How much a day?" Watts sent her a photograph of the parking signs and advised $16. Shanann asked which lot, and Watts said, "It's the East Economy lot." Shanann replied, $130 we can't spend at the beach. Shanann asked Watts to text her when he lands in Atlanta. Chris agreed. Okay, so it looks like he was sending photos to Shanann. He was taking the photos of the receipt in the parking lot to show to Shanann how much he paid for the parking. But I do believe that it's also possible that he was sending photos of the actual boarding pass to Nicole Kessinger as well. So he probably killed two birds with one stone there. He's sending them to Shanann, who is asking for them, but he's also sending them to Nicole Kessinger, obviously, right? I think so. At least me, I think so, because hello, it's Nicole Kessinger. And she's already so obsessed with her boyfriend. He's leaving. And so I think she wants to see every detail of this flight. What do you guys think? It's sad that I know this. Oh my gosh. The way that they don't feel them the wrong name. The way that they don't call them the wrong name by accident. Yeah. KTD, yes, the animal neglect should have been tacked on to the charges. Oh, that's interesting. I never even thought about that. I feel like it should have been. Definitely. The animal neglect should have been thrown in there. Let's continue. All right. So after the receipt, right? He's spending $130 at the parking lot. So Shanann's upset. He sent that photo. And so now at 4:52, Watts deleted Kessinger's APC health and safety environmental contact from his phone. Huh. Interesting. Why did that happen? So he deleted her phone number from the phone. So I wonder at this point if he doesn't care. Did he just delete the contact altogether? At this point, I know that he knows Nicole Kessinger's phone number, right? He probably knows it by heart. He knows what it looks like. And so he's probably deleting the APC contact and just allowing the phone number to come through. Because if the phone number is texting you, it won't be as suspicious as if APC Health Safety Environmental is randomly texting you. But you guys let me know what you think. My allergies are starting to act up. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. What do you think about this? The fact that he deleted APC Health Environmental. I think he did it just to make it seem like he's not talking to some weird. Like, why would APC Health Safety Environmental be texting you at 2 in the morning, right? He would have put Dieter in an oil tank if NK didn't love dogs. Her only positive quality. I might need to spray my nostrils here soon, guys. Springtime. Springtime brings a ton of issues to all of us who have allergies. It's always the worst time for me. Watching at my new job. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations, Kelly. I hope you like your new job. Hi, Kathy. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the community. That's why so it don't look suspicious. Yes, exactly. That's why he did it, right? So that it didn't look suspicious. Okay, at 4:53, Shanann gave Watts instructions on how to schedule a ride from Lyft and Uber. Wow. Chris Watts needed instructions on how to schedule a ride? What? Is this man that dumb? So his wife had to tell him how to schedule a Lyft and Uber ride. Okay. And again, the DA and the police expect everyone else to believe that this man who needed to be told how to schedule a Lyft and Uber ride also planned this entire annihilation all by himself. All by himself? No one guided him. No, he didn't need to be guided on how to annihilate families. No one told him to read or anything. No, he just did it all on his own. He took initiative, right? Because throughout history, right, we see here evidence shows us that Chris Watts never took initiative about anything. He never did. So it's very clear that he didn't take initiative either when he killed his family. He needed to be guided. Someone needed to give him instructions, right? He needed instructions on how to do a lot of things, even something as basic as scheduling a Lyft ride. So pathetic. Watts received a calendar alert. Flight WN 565. Sorry, I don't know. I guess I'm dyslexic. 656 from Denver to ATL. During this data extraction, Agent Ford programmed the phone to provide timestamps. Mountain Standard Time. I will continue to use those timestamps and refrain from adjusting for Eastern Standard Time. This applies to timestamps found in Shanann's phone as well. Okay, so I guess all of the phone information, the timestamps were changed from using UTC or Mountain Standard Time. Ah, got it. Okay. So whatever text messages were taken from North Carolina, which is Eastern Time, all of them were changed to Mountain Standard Time so that it can be understood in Colorado time. That's how I'm understanding this. All right, at 7:57, Watts told Shanann that he landed in Atlanta. Chris connected advised his connecting flight departs at 10:45. So he told Shanann, "Hey, I'm in Atlanta and my connecting flight leaves at 10:45." This is on the 31st. Let's go ahead and look at the calls, right? Let's go ahead and look at what's going on with Nicole Kessinger here. It looks like with Nicole Kessinger, the calls started on July 31st early in the day and then at night here. So after he arrived. So it looks like he wasn't talking at all while he's flying and while he's ending up at his layover. He only starts calling her once he lands in North Carolina. Okay. Chris received a calendar alert. All right. So a flight to Raleigh and then a flight from ATL to RDU. And then Chris told Shanann that he just landed in Raleigh. Shanann asked him to let her know, when are you coming down the escalator so then I can record the girls? Watts replied, okay, boo. Shanann asked Chris, can you set the alarm for 5 and wake me up, please? Watts replied, yep, got it, love you. Shanann reciprocated. Okay, so I want to go back to this one right here. Watts told Shanann that he just landed in Raleigh. Shanann asked him to let her know when you're coming down the escalator so that I can record the girls. Chris Watts replied, okay, boo. There is a video. There is a video of this. And I do want to show it to you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. But let's see. Because that is the video that we see in Shining Lights channel of Shanann filming the girls running to Chris and then Chris being weird. This is where we see Chris is already knowing that he's going to murder his family. And the way that he approaches his children is very telling. It tells you that he has already completely disassociated, right? He has completely distanced himself emotionally, if he ever even had any emotional connections. But if he did, he has completely and totally distanced himself from any emotional attachment that he has to his children. And you can see it. It's very, very visible when we see this video. So let me go ahead and pull it up. And it is by the channel that we will be watching. We will be watching this channel, guys. It is by Shining Light. So just give me a second as I pull up the video and as I find this channel. Sometimes it's easy to find, but sometimes it's not. All right, let's go ahead and see this. Okay, so there's this video, which it might be it. All right, here we go. So the only thing I'll have to do is play it without sound because of the copyright. But I believe it's in one of these videos. Okay, this is the beach video. So we have them at the beach, but okay, it looks like this is not the one that I'm looking for. I'm just gonna fast forward here a little bit. No, this is not it. All right, this is not it. Okay, just give me a second here. I'm just gonna keep looking for it. I just want to show you guys side by side because this is what I do when I'm here doing this by myself, and it just gives you perspective. It gives you perspective on what was going on at that same time. We can see a lot from Shanann's videos. Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot in Shanann's videos, and that's definitely something that I want to watch with you all. Okay, what about I think it might be this one here. Let's see here. Sorry. Okay, I'm just fast forwarding. And it might, oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. I found it. All right. All right, here you have it, guys. This is from the channel called Shining Light. Okay, Shining Light. They do a very beautiful job of keeping their memories alive and really just keeping all of Shanann's live streams and all of her videos. And we also get to see in chronological order um, their final days. So go ahead and check out their channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe to their channel as well. They do a fabulous job at putting everything in chronological order for us to understand what was going on. But let's go ahead and watch this video. All right. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. All of it is pretending. He's just pretending. He's just pretending the whole time. You saw that? It seemed so fake. He's so distant. Even the way he hugs them. Look at the way he hugs them. He's like, yeah, come here, kids. He doesn't seem to be enthusiastic to see them at all. The girls ran to him. They're happy to see him. They're like, Daddy, hello, hi. We're glad you're here. And Chris is like, I'm only here because I have to be. I bet the children felt it too. Bella and Cece, they felt it when they hugged their dad. That he is, I mean, you can just tell. You can really tell when someone is emotionally detached. And that's this man. He's completely detached emotionally from his family. He does not care about them at all. And so, yeah, so we saw that video, right? So this is what we saw here, right? So that's what happened at 10:18. And then we fast forward to the night, and we are now seeing Shanann asking him to set the alarm. And he's like, sure, I love you. Now we're moving into August 1st. All right, now we're in August 1st. This is the month, okay? This is the month that it happened. We are going to see some extra activity here. Look, we still have tons to go. I just want to show you how many more pages of Chris Watts's phone records we have. And we're barely going into August. This is what tells you that a lot of the planning started happening mid-July going into August. All right, August 1st. Chris took assorted photographs of his children on carnival rides at the Pavilion Park at Myrtle Beach, North Carolina. We know of these photos because we know that Chris Watts was also at the same time hiding pictures of Nicole Kessinger's naked body. Right. Look at this. Look at that photo, right? You see Shanann, you see Chris in the background. It's a little small here. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you. All right, you see that, right? You see Shanann's dad. Shanann's having a blast, and then you see Chris hiding in the back. Look at what he's doing. He's hiding. He's like, "Yeah, I'm in the back," looking down like he's on his phone. He's like this. So he's hiding Nicole Kessinger's nude photos behind her back, quite literally. This is when we use the word literally. He is literally hiding things behind her back in broad daylight, in front of her father, in front of his child, and behind his wife's back. The scumbag, absolute scumbag. Look at him. Let's look at this one, right? Look at this. Hiding behind her back, holding the phone, looking at these photos that Nicole Kessinger is sending him while he's supposed to be spending time with his family. He's supposed to, right? That's what Nicole Kessinger told Kevin. Oh, I sent him to North Carolina to go fix his marriage. Go work your marriage with your wife and your children. But at the same time, she was also sending him nudes. And we see him in color, right? We see him here actually hiding the photos. This is what's so amazing about this case is that we have so much documented on this. We can even see the second that he hid that photo that Nicole Kessinger sent to him. Disgusting. Disgusting. Watts took assorted photos of his children on carnival rides. Okay. A video and photographs were taken of the children playing on trampolines at the Pavilion Park. Watts transferred this image into his secret calculator app. And here we have it. He's holding that cheap necklace, the one that's going to turn Nicole Kessinger's skin green, right? Here it is. I'm certain Watts communicated far more with Kessinger than is reflected in his phone data, perhaps facilitated through the secret calculator app. It became apparent he was receiving assorted nude images of Kessinger that she was taking by herself and sending to Chris, which he then stashed in his application to prevent Shanann from ever seeing them. Yes. And look at this. Watts transferred images of Kessinger into his secret calculator app. That's all he was doing the whole time. He's even in these little shops, right? These souvenir shops, taking photos of these cheap necklaces. This cheap necklace, it was probably, I don't know, probably cost 10 cents to make. It's probably $16 here, but it's going to turn her neck green. And he's like, look, Nicole, this is all I can afford right now because I just checked. Yeah, I just checked my gift card balance and it looks like I only have $16.50. This is all I can afford for you, sweetheart. Oh, I love you, boo. My sexy empanada. He was making sure, hoping that he had the budget for the Dead Sea Scrolls, but he realized, I don't have that type of money. He would have to buy the entire museum, and he realized, oh, I can't afford to buy you a museum, sweetie. Oops. Sorry, my sexy empanada. So then Nicole Kessinger has to be okay with a cheap necklace that turns her skin all kinds of different colors. Makes her look like some type of lizard. Okay, August 3rd, Chris Watts again transferred another image. August 4th, for over 2 hours, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. On August 4th, for over 2 hours, guys. Think about it, okay? And let's put this in perspective. Our live streams usually go on for 2 hours. We started at 11 and we will be done here by 1 p.m. So think about it. While you've been sitting in this live stream, while I've been sitting here talking to you all, Nicole Kessinger was Googling wedding dresses. Who was she going to marry? She did say she's not going to marry anybody. Oh, I wasn't even that serious about him. He told me he loved me, but I didn't really feel it, you know. He was definitely more into me than I was ever into him. Yet here we have her for 2 whole hours. So the length of this live stream, okay, for comparison, the length of this live stream, she Googled wedding dresses from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So while all of us are here connecting with one another, networking, right? Making friends in the chat, listening to me and my weird ASMR. Nicole Kessinger has been Googling wedding dresses to marry the imaginary man. I don't know. Who is she going to marry? That's what she was doing. right? When you put it in perspective, it gives you it gi it makes you think, "What in the world was she doing that she Googled for 2 whole hours?" She was just sitting there eating chips, right? Probably with her Doritos. She's like, "Oh, Chris is not here. It's my cheat week. Let me eat my Doritos and let me eat all of the junk food," right? And the whole time, she's just Googling wedding dresses. Let's go ahead and add that to the calendar, if it's not in there already. August 4th. Look at this, we're already on August 4th. Beach day, ladies and gentlemen. On beach day, Nicole Kessinger was Googling dresses for 2 hours. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and add that in there. NK, let's just NK Googles, I cannot spell, Google's dresses for 2 hours. Okay. Wow. Look at that. 2 hours is definitely ridiculous. I agree. Temu, looking for Temu wedding dresses. Mass produced. Mass produced, but it's made for her. Just, "Oh, I want it custom made for me. I'm gonna order it on Temu." Custom made for me from one of those warehouses out there. They're all covered in roaches and stuff, but I want it. It's custom made for me. Yeah, it was custom made for her because it has all the roach droppings. Her favorite color, brown. So here we have her looking for wedding dresses on beach day, right? On beach day. Let's go ahead and see in a lengthy message Shanann told Watts. All right, let's look at this message. This is a long one. All right, this is a long one. This is the text message that Shanann sent to Chris. Look at this. This is on August 4th. Yeah, brown wedding dress. Okay. Truth came out last night. I didn't create no dagger between you and your dad. That was done by your mom and your dad, and I won't change a thing. My daughter's life is way more important, and you better believe I wanted to say a whole lot more than I did, but I was being the bigger person and protecting Bella. I didn't tell your dad not to come to the party. I didn't tell him not to text or call your daughter or her birthday on her birthday. I didn't tell him to start acting like he only has 2 grandkids instead of 4. I didn't block him on Facebook. He did. Myself and your kids have nothing to say to them. They do. They owe your kids their life. Your parents' home isn't a safe zone. Your mom isn't safe. You can let them tell you what you want, but I didn't tell anyone to stop loving your kids or stop acting like it. He did that, not me. All right, so here again, we're talking about Ronnie, the time that Ronnie blocked the entire family on Facebook, right? He's being a mean girl right here. Ronnie, he's like, "Oh, I'm so distant from all this drama." Yeah, right. He's the one blocking Shanann and the whole family on Facebook. All right, let's continue with this text from Shanann to Chris. You can believe I created this dagger, but I didn't do that. I stood up for our kids. I advocated and protected our children. I don't ever want to hear, "I'm sorry I killed your kid because I was stupid." That would kill me. These kids are my world and I have to protect them from the evil of the world. I shouldn't have to protect them from evil family. Our kids deserve the same love and attention the other kids get, nothing less. I'm not accepting "I'm sorry" from your mom because she doesn't mean it and she knew what she was doing. I made it very clear not to eat it around Celeste because she doesn't understand. Way before that happened. She's evil and willing to risk your daughter's life just to get under my skin. You and your dad are no different if you are okay with her behavior. There's nothing wrong with me and I'm not crazy. I just love my kids way too much. From the day I left, you never said I missed you before I said it. Something changed when I left. You may be happier alone, and that's fine. You can be alone. This pregnancy, you have failed to acknowledge it or to acknowledge how I'm feeling. The first trimester is the scariest and most dangerous, yet we can lose this baby at any moment until delivery. I'm not going to be treated this way for having the balls to protect our family and kids. I should get a gold effing medal for handling it the way I did because I had a lot of choice of words I wanted to say to her and your dad for his stupidity. No one stands up to your mom and your dad for that. He's just as guilty by not doing anything. I have nothing to do I have nothing to do with him stop sharing memories of his grandkids. What does that have to do with me? They are effing with our kids' feelings, and that I'm not okay with. I am their mother. I will protect them. I have enough to worry about with the world out there. I'm not going to worry about family. I will just remove it. Oof. This is one of those text messages that, in hindsight, right? We're reading it now. We know what happened, but it's almost as if Shanann felt something, right? She felt a negativity around her. She felt it from Chris and she felt it from her in-laws. And what she's saying here is that she wants to protect her children from the cruel and evil world that already exists. And she shouldn't even have to protect them from family. Family should be there for you. And the thing is, she did need to protect them from family. She needed to protect them from their own father, from her own in laws. The world is a scary place. Yes, it is. But what's scarier is having in laws and family that hate you. That is the irony of this entire case, is that it seems that she was way safer out there in the world with her kids. It seems that the danger was at home. The danger was at home and the danger was within the family. Which makes this case just so unbelievable, right? This is why we keep talking about it. Because we are conditioned to believe that the world is a scary place, that if you're going to get attacked, you're going to get attacked in a dark alleyway somewhere. Oh, don't go out at night. Don't go out into this darkness. You're going to get attacked by a stranger. This is how we're conditioned. We're conditioned to believe that a stranger that doesn't know us is going to attack us. But what happens when the danger is your entire family? What happens when the danger is your own father, your own husband, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your sister-in-law? What happens then? It's unbelievable. And she sensed it. And that's the thing about this, is that she sensed how dangerous the world was with the family, with Chris's family. Wow. What do you guys think about this? Every time I read this, I get chills because I almost feel like telling Shanann, to listen to her intuition, you know. Of course, there's nothing we can do other than fight for full justice at this point. But that's why it's very hard for me to read a lot of these text messages from Shanann, because it's, coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? We didn't even know her. At least I didn't know her personally, but I feel like I know her. And I feel like even I wish that I could have warned her. But again, it's just something so chilling that I just can't shake off when I read her text messages. Let's continue. Shanann added, "I also don't control what you do. If you want to go out with your parents today, by all means do so, but without us. Don't put it on me why you can't go. You are your own person." Exactly. We've heard from Chris say that the reason that he's distant and he's blaming Shanann, okay? In one of my last videos, the one of Chris Watts talking to the investigators, he actually says that, oh, the reason that he told Shanann that he's distant is because she's keeping him away from his dad. Oh, my dad is my hero, says Chris Watts. Ronnie is my hero. I like to watch the drag shows with my daddy. And she was keeping me from my daddy, right? These are the lies that Chris is telling the investigators. Except here, we even see Shanann telling him, you are your own grown ass man. You make your decisions. If you want to go see your family, go ahead. I'm not going to keep you from seeing your family. But your family is not as safe as you think they are. And they're not listening to anything that I say. They're against me. So who are you for? Are you going for your family, or are you going to stand up for us, your wife and your children? That is what she's doing here. So it's almost, right? A lot of people will say, oh, she was giving him ultimatums. I agree, except she is worried about her children. She's giving him the opportunities to stand up for his family. So while some people will say it's an ultimatum, it is, but it isn't really. It really is just her asking her husband to take some responsibility as a father and to stand up to his own parents, right? Stand up to your parents to protect your children. So whether you want to see it as an ultimatum or not, really it's up to you, but it's just something that anyone would ask of their partner. Be there for us. That is your job as a partner, is to support your family. Thank you, Eric Isa. Thank you so much. But yeah, let me know what you think, right? Let me know what you think about this, because again, it does seem like Chris is putting all the blame on Shanann and, oh, I was this way because she wasn't letting me see my daddy. Again, all of it is BS. All of it. Because again, he had the opportunity to do it. He's a grown man. Let's continue. Watts replied to Shanann for the first time. These kids, look at the way he replies. These kids. Those kids. Oh, I love those girls. I really wish those kids just walked in and barrel rushed me. I really hope that those girls are okay, right? We're already seeing it here. These kids mean the world to me and always will. Yes, my mom truly screwed up in a huge way, more than a huge way. I don't know what I would have done if something happened to Cece. These kiddos are the light of my life. So, what we're seeing here in this text is exactly what he told Denver 7 News, what he told 9 News, what he told his friends, what he told Nicole Atkinson, what he told his in laws, and what he told investigators. Look at it. They are the light of my life. And seeing their sweet, incredible smiles and playfulness make me smile every day. I'm sorry for the way I've been acting. It's just been in my head, and I haven't been right at all. I agree, Cosmo Bear. He had planned a speech, light of my life. He's so full of shit. Exactly, Shelley. Exactly. These kids, not my girls. Exactly. These kids mean the world to me. Look at this. Incredible smiles. Incredible smiles and playfulness. You know, if ChatGPT existed in 2018, I would have believed that he ChatGPT'd this. Hey ChatGPT, write me a text telling my wife how much I love my children, even though I really don't. But I think I like their smiles. Write me something. And then ChatGPT replied with, these children mean the world to me and always will forever for all millennia. Yes, my mother truly disappointed in an incredible way. Very, very huge. I don't know what I would have done, honestly, if something had happened to my child. These kiddos are the light of my life. Seeing their sweet, incredible smiles and playfulness makes me smile each and every single day as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. I am so sorry. Truthfully, I apologize for the way that I have been behaving throughout these last few weeks. It's just been in my head. I have not been correct at all. I have not been okay with my mental health up here in my prefrontal cortex. My amygdala seems to be a little off this week. And then ChatGPT asks, "Is this okay? Do you want this answer or do you want this?" I, okay, boo. And he's like, I guess I'll go with this one that has more words. Yeah, that one. And that's what he chose. Everything about him is fake. Exactly. He already knew he was going to kill them. He couldn't have cared less about what Shanann was saying. Exactly. He did not care. He's like, I don't care about any of this. You guys are not going to be here next week. I'm not going to put in the effort to talk to my parents about this because all of them are happy that you guys are not going to be around anymore. Right? Allegedly. Speculation. All right. At 7:31, Shanann responded with two messages to Watts. Yes, that I created this dagger between you and your dad, and that wasn't me. That was them. I protected our daughter from their stupidity. They created that, and you belong with them thinking otherwise. I didn't tell your dad to remove himself from the kid's life. I did, and I did not deserve to be treated the way you have. I defended our daughter. And it goes on. Chris replied to Shanann saying, yes, you protected our daughter, and I thank you for that 1,000,000 times a million. 1,000,000 times a million. I don't think they are innocent in any of this. They don't want to be in our kid's life, and I'm not sure they know how to right now. They should have swallowed whatever they needed to and came to Cece's birthday party and called her and shouldn't have blocked all social media contact with them. I don't care what they do with us, just as long as they love and respect the kids. The kids. I'm not used to not having a relationship with my dad. I should have just called him before I got to this point where it got in my head. I didn't. That's all my fault. Right? Again, a lot of placating is what we're seeing here. Chris Watts is just placating Shanann. Again, he's saying a bunch of things that he doesn't actually mean. He doesn't care about his parents loving or respecting his children. Again, he's going to murder them. He knows he's going to murder them. So he doesn't care about his parents loving or respecting his children. And then he's talking about him getting in his head. Oh, BS. He's not in his head. He's in Nicole Kessinger's ass. That's what's happening. That's why he's not able to fix anything because his head is miles deep up in Nicole Kessinger. Shanann responded, Why should you beg them to be in their life? They pick up a phone and apologize for starters. They show up to her birthday, especially since we are an hour away. They did this, they make the effort. You blame me for this so-called you blame me for this so-called dagger between you and him. F that. You are just like them. Believe what he tells you and move back home where you weren't appreciated when I met you. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. No one ever protected you from your mom, and someone should have before me. Huh. I'm done being the bad guy in all of this, especially when I had more balls to stand up for you a long time ago with them. My bad for thinking you deserved better. Not my kids are in the pick. Not my kids are in the pick, and I'm done. Very interesting, right? I know I butchered that a little bit, but it's interesting. Shanann knows that Chris Watts was being mistreated by his mother. And what we mean by mistreated, right? We don't actually think that Cindy was abusing him in any way physically, but it's what we've talked about, that weird dynamic between Cindy and her son is that, well, He was definitely a mama's boy. It seems that he wasn't held accountable for anything that he did. What do you guys think? Shanann is talking about how she was standing up for him. You are just like them, right? It says, I'm done being the bad guy in all of this. No one ever protected you from your mom, and someone should have before me. Shanann knows, right? I think she knows that Cindy is a bit toxic, that Chris did need protection from someone as narcissistic as Cindy. And Shanann is saying that she's the one that came in when she met him. She realized, oh, you're in this very toxic relationship with your parents. They want to control you, they want to manipulate you. You should probably leave. She was trying to elevate Chris. She was trying to make him see. Oh, Carolette, have you looked outside? It's a blizzard. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, that's crazy. Thanks, Carolette. There is a blizzard, you guys. Oh, wow. Ugh, it's snowing. It's snowing. But isn't this interesting? Shanann knew the type of relationship and weird dynamic between Cindy and Chris. Narcs are very dangerous. I agree. Very, very dangerous. Narcissistic parents will try their very best to control their children, but Shanann saw that and was trying to pull Chris away from that. She was trying to elevate him. Here, you can do better, Chris. Let's do whatever. Like move away from your family. They're this, they're the other. We love Shanann. Shanann was so the thing is Shanann was so she had so much foresight. She's very intelligent. She knew what to do and how to plan ahead of time. And she could see that Chris needed help. And she was there. She was there to lift him and elevate him. And Chris, I don't know, Chris just didn't see that as any type of help. What an idiot. Let's continue. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Oh, thank you so much, Jenny from the block. All right, at 11:53 hours, continuing this conversation, Shanann told Watts, "While it's on my mind, if I'm in the wrong, that's one thing. But I'm not here and you but I'm not here and you not standing up for us and the girls is not cool. You just make it so they feel they did no wrong and brush it under the rug. I will never trust your parents alone with our kids ever. This is the week we started dating 8 years ago. They ruin everything special. This is the week we started dating 8 years ago. Whoa, what week is this? The week of August 4th, 8 years ago. The week of August 4th, 8 years ago. So in 2010, August 4th, around that time is that Chris and Shanann started dating. Wow. So exactly 8 years, exactly 8 years after Chris started dating Shanann, he annihilated his family. He killed her. Wow. Wow. That's very interesting. They ruin everything special. I won't forgive you or them for that. I'm tired of it. I'm the one that takes care of you, not them. You making me feel like complete shit these last several weeks, especially this week, and I'm not okay with it. And I won't change my ways when it comes to our kids. And I always defended you. Always. Wow. Always, right? This is Shanann telling Chris that she has always defended him from his toxic parents. And of course, I believe this. We know this already. Shanann added, I'm not asking you to choose who to be with. I shouldn't have to ask you who to choose right from wrong. Or I shouldn't have to ask you to choose right from wrong. You are not happy, then you know where to go. Worst summer ever. And look at this. Kessinger searched Google for Watts and Shanann's Facebook accounts. Wow. Facebook accounts. So on this day, I have to scroll back up. I seem to forget. Okay. So on August 4th, so the same day that Nicole Kessinger searched for 2 whole hours on, wedding dresses, was also the same day that she Googled Chris and Shanann's Facebook page. So she's really in there doing a lot of stalking on Facebook. Let's go ahead and add that to the calendar. On the 4th, Nicole Kessinger she also checks Chris Watts and Shanann's Facebook. All right. Okay, I hope that you guys understand all these, right? We have a lot of acronyms going on. As someone who was in the military and worked for the government uses a lot of acronyms. This is how we get things done in the government. NK checks CWSRFB. Do we know what that means? Nicole Kessinger checks Chris Watts and Shanann Rusek Facebook. Okay. Again, I always use SR because I don't like SW. Because that's Shanann Watts, and well, I don't know. I don't want to give her that last name. All right, so that was all right. So look at that. Nicole Kessinger checks Facebook, and she also checks Google dresses, right? She's also Googling dresses. And the following week, okay, we're here. The following week, Chris Watts cancels Facebook. Yeah. Look at that. So, canceling Facebook immediately after. Video and photographs were taken of the girls back on the trampolines at the Pavilion Park. Okay. And then on August 5th, Shanann asked Chris, "Are you wanting to go to see just Mama tomorrow or family too?" Chris replied, "I was hoping both. If not, that's okay too. I wanted to see Mama in the morning if possible." "You wanted the girls to see her too, right?" Shanann responded thrice. If both, then that's fine, but alone. Mama, we will go. If just Mama, we will go. They saw her twice and they can go again, but I'm standing strong with your family. You can use the truck and see both, but I just need to know. I'm not going to be the reason you don't see them. So if you do, just go. All right, this is on August 5th, okay? August 5th, right here. So we're seeing the conversations between Shanann and Chris. Shanann is telling him, if you want to go see your family, just go. Go see them, right? And look at this. He does, right? He does. He ends up going to see his family. And it's also the same day that he leaves that weird letter, the "to whom it may concern" letter. All right, let's go ahead and pull that up. Let's go ahead and pull up that "to whom it may concern" letter on the 6th. All right, here it is. Here we have it. Let's go ahead and read this. "To whom it may concern. If anyone gets this letter, I would never do anything to hurt myself or my children or my wife. If anything happens to me, please investigate my wife. Chris Watts." And look, he signed it too. Oh my God, how adorable. He needed to make sure that it's official. Here, let me stamp it. Let me get a notarizer to notarize this thing. Daddy, can you take me to the UPS? Yeah, I just want to get this letter notarized. I want to make sure that it's official for when things happen in the future, in case things happen. So he's talking about getting it notarized and everything, putting a label, a stamp of approval on it. Wow. I bet he even wanted to burn the edges, right? Burn the edges to make it look like an official document from the 1700s. This is how you know it's real. It was found near the Dead Sea. Yeah. This is how they used to make the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah, you just put it on paper, you wrap it up, and then you just burn the sides. It's basically what he was trying to do here. So he signed it and everything. He dated it, right? He put the date up on top. He even put to whom it may concern, comma, right? To whom. He also used the right whom, not to who it may concern, but to whom, right? We use whom when we are talking about the individual that is not in the room with us. Whom will you be inviting to the wedding next week? Right? Right. He knows what he's doing. He did the research. How do I write a letter to make it seem like I'm not the one killing my family? Right. Again, if ChatGPT was around, I would have guessed that ChatGPT gave him the idea to write this letter. Burn the edges, Christopher. It's going to make it look more real. Yeah. You're going to convince more people that it's real. I bet he was trying to train the pigeons too. Or adding that little candle wax like they did back in the day, back in Game of Thrones days, right? You wrap it up and you wax it. And then you call the pigeon over. Hey, pigeon, come here. Take this over to the lands far, far away. All right. I'm surprised he didn't do that. But he made sure to cover all of his bases. Everything else was covered. Wow. Wow. Okay. So he wrote that letter on the 6th, right? And here it is. And according to Chris, it's also the same week that Ronnie took the week off. Huh. Did he take this week off or did he take the previous week off? Which week was he actually taking off? What do we think? Oh, thank you, Erikisa. Yes, more likes. Prisoners hate baby killers. Yes. That is why I would petition to throw him out into Gen Pop. Put Chris in general population. I don't know why he's being protected. He's living better than most criminals. I mean, he has his own little safe cell where nobody gets to touch him. They don't even get to look in his direction. Oh, that's Chris Watts. You don't get to look that way, inmate. Go that way. Meanwhile, Chris Watts is being treated like a prince. Hello, Christopher. Here's more letters from all those crazy women that somehow love you. Ugh. It's a travesty. It's a travesty. I can hear Cindy telling him that she was scared that Shanann was going to hurt her or him. Oh my goodness. I hear that too, Boops. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, thanks for that. That's a good point. I can hear Cindy telling him that she was scared that Shanann could hurt him. Yes. I believe this too. Remember, Cindy was the one saying that she believed that Shanann got up and just took the girls. Oh, she probably just up and left, to get back at him. It's probably the idea. All of those ideas were coming from the family and external forces, right? Does Chris Watts have a Facebook page now? Now as in like now? Or during the time of the letter, he did have a Facebook page. Or yes, he did. He canceled it on the 8th. So he still had that Facebook page and he canceled it on the 8th. Ronnie took the week off that they went to the beach and SR kept the kids from them. Okay. So this is where I just wanted some clarification because Chris says, oh, I went to visit my family and it was the beach. And then that whole week, my daddy took the week off. So then I wasn't sure if it was the week of the 6th or the week of the 30th. But I'm going to go ahead and write that down. I do want to double check on that. So Ronnie's date or his week off, just to double check on that. Thank you. All right, let's continue. So here is the reason. So he ended up going, right? And then Chris replied, I know they would love to see Mama one more time. One more time. It's crazy. I'm surprised he didn't say one last time. I bet Mama would love to see them too, since she remembers them. I don't want to leave anyone without a car here though either. Should I just have someone pick me up at the nursing home so the girls can still see Mama? In two messages, Shanann responded, I'm not going to be where there's a chance we will run into your family. I'm not kidding, Christopher. I'm having a bad experience these last few days with my pregnancy and I'm not dealing with it. Having your parents or have your parents pick you up and when sorry, have your parents pick you up when kids go down tonight then and do what you need to. And then Chris replies, I want the kids to see mama. I will make sure there's zero chance anyone will see them. Okay. So again, Shanann is wanting to avoid family drama. She's telling Chris everything that she is dealing with as a woman, as a mother, as a woman who is having his baby. She's spotting, she's pregnant, right? There's a lot of things going on, the drama with the family. All she's asking from Chris is to have her back, support me in this, help me in this. But what's happening is Chris is again, there's zero chance that they'll be there. I'll help you. I'll make sure that there's nobody there. All of it is just placating. Exactly, B. He doesn't even address the spotting. Again, he doesn't address any of the things that she is going through. He just replies with, "I want the kids to see mama. I will make sure that there's zero chance anyone will see them." That's it. So everything he's going to do is make sure that there is no people around that will make her stressed out. But he doesn't even acknowledge the fact that she's going through, real physical changes in her body. She's going through some real health changes. Nothing is happening, right? He doesn't even acknowledge that. Shanann sent Watts a screenshot of a quote by Isaac Kuvoruno. And then, yeah, here it is. I wonder what Mama thought after the fact. I bet they never told her what she did or what. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's very interesting. I never even thought about Mama or what she thought about Chris. But here's the quote that Shanann sent. Husbands, stand up for your wife and protect her from the attacks that come from people close to you. Let your family and friends know that when it comes to your wife and marriage, there is a line they cannot cross. If you have to take sides, then always take your wife's side. From the day you say I do, your wife displaces your parents, friends, and siblings. Apart from God, your wife your wife now occupies and assumes the privileged first place of honor in your life. Oftentimes, it requires that you lovingly stand up for your wife in front of your parents, especially our mother. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no mother, father, brother, sister, friend, or boss separate. Right? She sent him this quote, letting him know, hey, your responsibility now that you have a family and a wife is us. We are your direct family. We are your next of kin, not them. They were your family when you were a child. But once you take on a wife and children, that is when you move on. And that is when your whole responsibility is your family, your immediate family. I can't stand the mama. Yes. That gives me chills what Shanann wrote. Yes. I don't care. I love you. You look so good. Wait, what? Quote was 100 times 100 right. Exactly. She's trying to make him see, right? She's doing so much work, grabbing quotes from here, looking up books that he can read. She's doing so much to get Chris to come to, I don't know, to realize that he's not doing his job, that he's not supporting her in the role of a husband. So she's even getting quotes from other people. Here, look at what this guy said about being about a husband. Here, look at what this other this other philosopher said about what makes a good husband. Because she's trying to convince Chris that what he's doing is the bare minimum. Not even the bare minimum. He's not even doing that. 2 hours later, Shanann wrote, I don't know how you fell in love or out of love with me in 5.5 weeks, or if this has been ongoing for a long time. But you don't plan another baby if you're not in love. Kids don't deserve a broken family. I left you. You couldn't take your hands off of me. You show up, and I have to practically ask for a kiss in the airport. I left you. You couldn't take your hands off me. Wow. You show up, and I have to practically ask for a kiss in the airport. Before I leave, when is your next live? Oh, Cosmo. Aw, see ya. Yes, our next live. What's today? Today is Friday. Probably Tuesday. I am looking. I'm figuring out a schedule, like I've been doing for like the past 8 months, right? I've been trying to figure out a schedule that really works to get these live streams for everybody. But like I said, every Friday at 11 a.m. that has been set, and I think that really works for me, and it works for a lot of you. And then on Tuesdays, I think that moving forward on Tuesdays, our live streams are going to be at 4 p.m. to get our friends in Australia and in other parts of the world to collaborate. And then I'm trying to figure out if I want to throw in another live stream here and there. I don't know. Do we want to have a live stream on Thursdays? It's really up to you guys. I know that a lot of you, you still love my videos, and I still love making those videos as well. But I do also love, connecting with you all during our live streams. And so, to answer your question, Cosmo, Tuesday, Tuesday. I wonder if Jim was actually a reference to NK's friend Gino. Huh, she went to school with. His signature move was a chokehold in MMA. All weekend within a live Sunday? Every day? Every day. Sunday? Okay. I have thought about that. I've wondered. I'm like, I don't know. Do you guys want a weekend live? Do you guys want a weekend live? 11 a.m. Great for the UK. You got to have a rest too. Rocks. Oh, thanks, Shelly. And see, this is the thing too. The way that I plan my schedule is, one, to give you guys consistent content, but I do a lot of research, which takes up a lot of time. Producing the content itself takes up a lot of time, as you may know, the recording and then the editing and then the exporting and the publishing. And so what I want to do is just give you guys more content, but I also want to give myself time to do research and also edit these videos without burning myself out, right? YouTube is a full-time job. And so the last thing I want to do is burn myself out, but I also do want to connect with you guys, and I want to bring you content, and I love talking to you all. So if we do want to do a Sunday live stream, I'm all for it. Absolutely. I'm all for having a Sunday live stream. I'll do this. I'll go ahead and do a poll for everybody. I'll go ahead and do a poll, and then we'll decide the best times to do live streams, and so that everybody can be involved and that we can all laugh and roast Chris Watson and Kay together as we're putting all of our clues together. Can y'all see my comments? Yes. Yes, Heather. I can see your comments. But yeah, yes. All right. We'll do polls then. Absolutely. Of course. Yes, definitely a lot of behind the scenes. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do a poll, and then we'll go ahead and figure out a schedule moving forward so that we can continue having these live streams. All right, guys. And yeah, it's almost time, but before we end it, let's just go ahead and finish here. We're going to go ahead and finish this real quick. This last few text messages from Shanann to Chris. All right, so Shanann added, being away from you, it's not the help I miss because I can handle that. It was exhausting, but with school, that's not hard. I missed the smell of you. You touching me when I'm cooking. You touching me in bed. You touching me, period. I missed holding you, snuggling with you. I missed eating with you, watching TV with you. I missed staring at you. I missed making love with you. I missed everything about you. I couldn't wait to touch you, hold you, kiss you, make love to you, smell you, laugh with you. I couldn't wait to celebrate 8 years with you. If you're done, don't love me, don't want to work this out, not happy anymore, and only staying because of the kids, I need you to tell me. We hear the desperation in Shanann. This is desperation. She's telling him she doesn't miss his help. She can do that all on her own, right? This is a very strong and independent woman. She doesn't need his help. She doesn't need him to do the laundry. It is help, and it does give her more time to focus on other things, but it's not that she absolutely needs that. That's not what she misses. She misses his love, his affection. And what does Chris reply? Look, probably nothing, right? Because Shanann asked, "Would you stay with me if we didn't have kids?" And then again, Shanann asked him, "I just don't get it. You don't just fall out of love in 5 weeks." Minutes later, she pondered, "How can you sleep? Our marriage is crumbling in front of us and you can sleep?" And look at this. No text message, right? But we move into August 6th. Watts searched Google for the distance from the moon to the earth. Wow. And this is where we're going to leave it, guys. We're going to leave it with Chris Watts searching the distance from the moon to the earth. Like a little schoolboy, right? Like a pathetic, cringy, corny guy. I love you from the distance of Earth to the moon. What's the distance? Right? He's trying to tell her, this is how much I love you. So pathetic. But anyway, thank you all so much. We're going to go ahead and stop it here. If this is your first time on my channel and this is your first live stream, please go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to like, comment, and share as well. Thank you so much to my subscribers, all of my members, and a very special thanks to all of my moderators. Thank you so much. I love you all. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all of the laughs and all of the opinions and all of the information. I appreciate you all. And I will go ahead and publish that poll, and I'll see you very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.